and welcome to Kankakee Podcast, where we talk about the people and places of Kankakee County. I'm Jake LaMore, and welcome to this special bonus episode where we are diving into a special event that's coming up here in Downtown Kankakee on February 25th, and that is a wedding expo happening in the historic Majestic Theater, Majestic Building. And it's going to be an exciting day. And I'm sitting down with Marci Sadler, who is one of the owners of the Majestic. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. We're excited to talk about this event.
Yes, I'm excited for it. The Majestic is always a great place for events, whether it's a wedding expo, a concert, there's galas, fancy dinners, whatever it may be.
And weddings.
And weddings. Yes, how could I forget? I mean, that's what we're talking about today. And as I mentioned, the Majestic Wedding Expo coming up February 25th.
February 25th, yes.
And before we get further to, and I'm going to remind people a couple times during this, but you can get tickets for 50% off right now if you use the promo code on the Eventbrite page for this using promo code Majestic.
Correct.
You're going to get 50% off your entry into this event. Otherwise, if you go to the door the day of, you're going to pay full price of the $10. But you can get 50% off right now. Just use that promo code Majestic at checkout, and you'll be well on your way to saving a couple bucks.
Definitely.
So, let's start with this is an event that is not brand new. It's been going on at the Majestic for a while, the Wedding Expo.
Yes, the previous owners have done this event, and we purchased the Wedding and Event Center last year, and we had our first expo last year, and it was fantastic. But this year, with all the experiences we've had, now it's going to be bigger and so much better, so many more vendors. We're really excited about it.
So how many vendors do you have at this point?
I believe we're over 30, maybe closer to 40. I need to go back and check because we're getting requests from people all the time. Can we come and, can I be a vendor at the event? So we're very excited about it.
And of course, you're not going to say no.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you want as many as possible. So what can people expect from this expo as far as like some of these vendors that are coming?
Yeah. No, it's a great one-stop shop for all of your wedding needs. We'll have DJs, caterers, photographers. We have, people that'll do your makeup, your nails, med spa, hotels. We have the Visit Kankakee will be there as well to also help promote the event and help people with any other needs that they might have to be able to get in touch with additional vendors that might not be there on that day.
Yeah, because sometimes people are like, ooh, we want to have a really nice dinner for, the rehearsal dinner,
Yes.
where I don't know where we should have that. Well, and that's something that Visit Kankakee can definitely help with.
Definitely. And then we'll also have additional vendors there that have venues. So I hope a lot of people have heard about Deer Ridge Barn. That's the new indoor-outdoor venue that's there. And of course, the Majestic, we will be there as well to talk to you about the different services that we offer for weddings. 2 different places, 2 very cool venues. As you had mentioned, we're in the historic Majestic building, which is just fabulous. We love the building itself. And then, of course, having the venue there as well. It's super exciting for us.
Yeah, and there actually is it's a drawing where someone can win a free wedding venue. Is it a drawing or a bingo? No, it's a bingo.
Yep. So we have our famous wedding bingo. We used to call it bridal bingo, but it's our wedding bingo where you need to go and talk to all the vendors, and all of our vendors, or the majority of our vendors, are offering free gifts as well that we can raffle off that day. So coming there, you can get, a whole host of different items, and they're nice. They're very nice gifts that our vendors are donating. But the grand prize drawing is for an actual free wedding at the Majestic.
Oh, wow.
So we're very excited about that. We did that last year, and there was a lot of, excitement. And then we just do drawings throughout the day. There's going to be music playing. There's going to be, again, all of the vendors to talk to. So if you're getting married coming up and there's something that you forgot, this is the place to go.
Yeah. And I want to point out, too, this is also just this event is not just a good time to check out all the different vendors, like you said, a one-stop shop, but if people haven't been inside the Majestic, one, since it reopened in 2011, and two, since you have taken ownership over it and whatnot,
Yep.
There have been even some changes in the last 10 plus years that the Majestic even reopened its doors.
Yes.
The inside even looks a little different. So I encourage people to just check that out.
Yes, we've been making a lot of changes. We've got new vendors in the building itself. We have the Lush Vine Wine Bar. We've got Flanagan's Irish Pub in the basement. And then we have several vendors, hairstylists, getting your brows done. We've got the Envy shop up front, Just Peachy as well for clothing. So the building itself has gone under quite a big transformation.
Yeah. And
quite a big transformation.
And it's really so cool to see all of that take fruition right in downtown Kankakee. So let's talk about some of the vendors that are actually going to be there. I know you mentioned briefly, DJs and things like that, but what are some of the names that we can mention?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people have heard about Bliss Bridal. They will be there showcasing some wedding gowns and other items. We have the Country Table for catering. We have Nana's Cakery that'll be there, so we're very excited. We have a lot of our photographers, DJ Swoop. We've got Hyper DJ that's going to be there.
Oh, cool.
We have Nothing Bunt Cakes. That's always a big hit, and they sell actually quite a few bunt cakes there. The first year when we did this, they came in with this huge stack, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of bunt cakes. By the end of the day, they were all gone. They were all sold. And then we have a lot of makeup artists. Trouville Med Spa will be there. There's just a whole host of vendors. Yeah,
I mean, those are all really great vendors to mention. And I know with, bringing up Bliss Bridal too, they helped with my wife and I's wedding last year with a lot of people don't realize, I feel like, that they do suit and tuxedo rentals. And they're one of the only ones in the area that do that anymore. So just to point that out there for people that didn't realize that, because that's where we got our suits. So, and they were so helpful.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. My daughter got married out of state, and that's where I got my mother the bride dress, and they were really helpful with me.
Yeah. So we covered the bingo where you have a chance to win the free wedding venue at the Majestic. What else can we talk about?
Sure. We'll also have refreshments there. So some of our vendors that are either like Sweetness Bakery, Nana's, a lot of them do bring samples, so free samples. And then we'll also have mimosas for sale or, bottles of water and soda and so forth. So our bar will be open too, so you could grab a beverage, grab a mimosa and walk around with your mimosa and do all your wedding shopping in one place and just have a great time.
So what are some, I'm curious to know, what are some trends right now in weddings? Because it's always changing.
You know what? I think the trends are everybody being unique, having your own wedding and making it yours. And that's one thing that we do at both Deer Ridge Barn and the Majestic is we work with you. We work with your budget. We allow you to do your own catering. We have our recommended caterers that we prefer. Because we just work with them. They know what to expect. We know what to expect from them. But we are very flexible, and that's a lot more people are doing that. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of different colors of dresses, so it's not always the standard white dress anymore. People are, doing different things with their vows. A lot of people that maybe got married during COVID and have kids now are doing their real weddings, a bigger wedding event. So they're having their children in the weddings. And it's just more of a family type of environment. It's very special. And we enjoy being able to be part of it. I mean, it's so cool just to be able to literally be part of their wedding and help to make their day even more special.
And see something unique that maybe you haven't seen before.
Yes. And actually, we did have one. Again, this is at Deer Ridge Barn, not at the Majestic, but somebody said, are we allowed to have pets? And I said, well, what kind of pet? And she said, I want to have my horse in my wedding. So I'm like, as long as you clean up after it, we're all good with it.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
So the website that you can click on to get more information and even to purchase tickets. It's MajesticEventsKankakee.com. And then again, once you click on the register button and you go to Eventbrite, make sure you use that promo code Majestic for 50% off. Otherwise, you'll pay full price at the door. This is Sunday, February 25th, starts at 1 p.m., goes to 3:30. What else you want to point out about?
So the event is not just for the brides and grooms, but it's also for anybody else that is part of the wedding.
Or even maybe a wedding planner.
A wedding planner. We will have wedding planners there as well. But yes, definitely. So this is for everybody, mothers of the bride, fathers of the bride. It's not just for brides, grooms, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might see some people wandering in just to get some free cake samples.
Yes.
So I'm curious to know, I want to ask this as well. What are some tips that you often tell people when they're just in those initial stages of planning their wedding?
Sure. Some of the biggest tips are communicate. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. We're available on text, phone calls, emails, Facebook Messenger, whatever you need to do. Just don't be afraid to ask, and just plan ahead of time and relax. There's a lot of brides and grooms that start to get really nervous and stressed. And
you don't say.
Yeah. And so what we like to do is just work with them and help them through the process and just, be able to take a lot of the stress off of them. And that's what we tell them. Let us be stressed. You enjoy your day, especially when it comes to the day of the event. Our job is to take care of everything. You don't worry about it at all.
Yeah. That's a big key right there.
Mm-hmm.
So again, Sunday, February 25th, 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Majestic.
At the Majestic.
MajesticEventsKankakee.com, and use that promo code Majestic to get 50% off. And I will say too, I know we didn't mention all of the vendors that are going to be there, but if you go to the show notes of this episode, we're going to put the full list of the vendors in there. So, that includes all the, like you said, the photographers, mentioned Nana's, In-Frame.
In-Frame will be there, yes.
Speaking of photographers, Logan is an amazing photographer, does a lot of weddings. So I want to point that out there as well. But I think that pretty much covers it, unless there's anything else, Marci, that you want to mention.
No, again, come for the day. There's going to be lots of free giveaways, lots of vendors, lots of fun, lots of food and samples. And it's going to be a great day. I mean, what else can you really do in February? This is a chance to walk around the whole building and see what we have going on.
That's true. I imagine the other businesses in the building will take advantage of that too, and they'll be open as well.
Yes.
Maybe when they're not normally open, on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
So, well, thank you so much, Marci.
And thank you.
Looking forward to having you come back, though. Thank you, Brian. Looking forward to having you come back, and we can do more of a deep dive on your backstory and how you decided to take over the Majestic, and even Deer Ridge as well. That's a beautiful venue. I was been out to one time. I was very impressed.
Thank you.
So, so thank you again.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.